Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters qualifiers for Katowice. As we're in Korean qualifier number 2. And we're in the lower bracket. We're jumping into soO, going up against soO to find out who's going to get the chance at SOS in a best of 5. We have them already loaded in and good to go into our Zerg versus Zerg. So, let's jump in.
Your favorite matchup, Katowice?
It's good. I don't mind Zerg versus Zerg. Thanks, I suppose. It's aggressive, that's for sure, or it can be at least. soO already opening up with a hatchery, and down to the bottom right of course, in the red, it is soO. Get some aggression on. It's been a very aggressive day in general. Up to the top left in the blue, it is soO. Very greedy opener here to start things. Oh, not so greedy. Spawning pull on the way. He was up at 17 supply, but...
soO with the extractor into a spawning pull here. Gonna want to be going for what I'm guessing is gonna be metabolic boost and maybe a baning attack right after on a map like this. Maybe he could be trying to dodge the first overlord so that it's revealed as late as possible that he has links at it across the map, and then just kind of catches soO off guard would be the plan. We'll see if he stops mining gas. I don't think so. Yeah, he's still mining with 2. So he's reduced that a little bit, but he's still mining a decent amount of gas. Certainly much more than soO, who's going for the hatchery and staying gasless here for now.
Yeah. So his Ling's going to head on out. How are they going to traverse this path? They will avoid the overlord? No, go straight through the middle. I'm surprised that they went straight through the middle, but it's just going to be a bit of an aggressive move to start. He doesn't care if his opponent sees it.
Here's the problem now for soO. He doesn't know what the follow-up is, whether there is more gas. Like, he knows when he sees links like this that with his timing, there's always going to be a speed on the way.
It's fine.
But reading into the banelings is going to be hard. He's going to start a spine here on the high ground and probably move it down on the low ground and get a lot of queens, I think, to try and defend this.
Yeah, the spine, even without queens extra, is a great tool for focusing down those banelings if they come in. But if it's just a big ling flood with speed, be kind of scary. Maybe not rely too much on the banelings. Flood goes to the high ground, but you can technically position that queen on the high ground itself.
Speed's almost finished. He might go for a surround here.
We might.
Actually, yeah, there is not enough. He's gonna wait for the banelings, I guess, and then move into the natural base.
If he gets the surround on these lings while the banelings come in, that's the perfect scenario. He's going to try and corner them off, and if he can, that would be fantastic to start things. Here come the 2 banelings. What are they going to be able to get done? Oh, that's a lot of lings right next to them. Got to be very careful. The queen does die already. Quite a lot of links died to that. Spinecrawler was cancelled on the high ground, started on the low.
Micro from soO so far. Really keeping his baneling alive for as long as possible for the links to do the rest of the job. Spine's gonna finish, but gets sniped. And behind this, he gets at least 1 more drone.
Yeah, holds on though. Workers 17 to 12 for soO. This really didn't do enough just yet. There was so much queen reinforcement. soO cancelled his spine up in the main to then start it in the natural so he could get more queens out quickly.
He was actually getting still like some more units, even though he started 1 drone, he's getting 1 more baning. Here's the thing, like if you look at the numbers, it looks so much better for soO, but soO technically could just drone up like crazy now. And he's the one on the map with speed links. He's the one with the initiative. Whereas soO is gonna have to kind of catch up on that. Maybe go straight into roaches himself, which if he slows down, then soO can just drone super comfortably on his side of the map. So
well, he's going to have to drone. I don't think he's busting that anymore at the front. Drone, drone, drone. Another queen on the way out.
Drone for the win.
Drone for
Build
the
that
win.
economy. Pay to win.
Is that what drones do? I suppose that's what they have to do. The one thing that's important, though, is lava count. soO has had a much higher lava count during this entire time, thanks to the fact that he's got that many queens out against his opponent. soO doesn't find an opening.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't much for soO to do here, really. Like, he could try to run by into the main base, but I think soO is just kind of link-proof here on the natural base right now. And yeah, he's just going to go straight into roaches. I like this a lot. I don't think that going for speed here has much merit. Just kind of start getting these upgrades, go into roaches, Glio Reconstitution. He's mining a lot of gas.
Yeah.
Both gases and his natural already taken here.
Feels like if you go speed yourself and try and keep up with your opponent, or try and go for an attack yourself, it just provokes another counter attack, which soO's probably banking on the idea of if that was going to be an early game focus. So, Leia, very fast for soO, though.
Yeah, but soO started a little bit earlier, so I think soO is just trying to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to fall too far behind on gear reconstitution. Thing is, his upgrade is going to be quite a bit later for sure here, because soO started that very fast. Even going for the wall, making very safe here on his base.
Yup. So
Maybe, I think a Spire is very unlikely, but not impossible.
I was
they
looking.
take more gases.
Yeah, I was watching the gases to see if he was gonna when the Leia was on the way. Unfortunately, it's not too high gas count, so it's just gonna be Roach versus Roach. But soO's gonna have to do a little bit of damage while that's going on. One opening is usually the third base while that's going down. Maybe he can find some damage there, or dart into the natural whilst the third's being defended. But he doesn't even have that much of an army count to do that, so he's just going to be playing it from behind.
Yeah. I mean, Walker count is 41 to 41, so soO's all caught up essentially, right? He's a little bit behind in army, but by the time Solar will move across the map, soO would have caught up on the army count.
Yeah.
So then he would be fine. So he did okay, I think, in kind of catching up after the little bit of the lackluster start that he had, despite microing very well. Solar's defense was good enough.
Getting creep down the left-hand side is not too bad as well.
Yeah, that's a sick building, by the way, we just saw.
Well, the conservatory.
Yeah. That's called a conservatory.
I don't know what it is. I just saw it.
You just come up with stuff.
I just saw a glass-shaped dome, and I'm calling it the conservatory. If it had like a patio in and maybe some
snacks and a barbecue.
No.
And a Starbucks. Like in Jurassic Park.
This one's more of a conservatory.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, we're not looking. Okay, no.
I think both our observers are in the same game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which
one.
one.
We were looking at the wrong preview?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, our roaches are going to fight each other. And I'm actually, Solar should win this fight, unless the reinforcement point is just too strong. But the roach numbers are very, very high here for Solar, and should be able to power on through. He hit just before +1's finished up, which is the perfect timer for soOing to hit. So that worked out tremendously for him.
Yeah, soO just doesn't seem to have enough here.
Yep.
He tried to catch back up on the walker count, and he did just that, but the units are simply not there.
Pretty clean cut. There you go. GG, Solar takes game #1.
And remember, we're still just in best of 3. The next match will be the best of 5. So Solar one map away from advancing on to facing SOS in a qualifying match.
Yep.
Sure, he wouldn't mind that.
No, I imagine so. I think probably SOS at this point in time, rather than watching the ZvZ, is probably saying, soO, you played a lot of Protoss during this tournament. Let's go back and have a look at some of those. Did Solar play some Protoss? I think he did as well, right? So maybe there's an opportunity there for Solar. Yeah, SOS. Why does everyone start with S? SOS to go back and maybe kind of collate some of that information.
Solar SOS soO.
Yeah.
Classics. We just add an S to his name. Hey, Katowice, you end with an S.
Yeah. Todd, you don't end with an S.
I'm not going anywhere with this. This was just a red-eye moment, you know. Like.
That was a red-eye moment. Make an observation and make an obvious point about it. Is that what you're saying? No, we love you, Paul. All right, so what we're going in for game #2. I think that soO has to play a very different game going into game 2.
Such as?
Not trying to put his hopes and pit all of his attention on some kind of aggressive play like that.
It's always weird when somebody does this, because like you're someone as good as soO, why would you have to kind of rush like this and stuff? But obviously it's like, we're not nearly as knowledgeable. You know, maybe he was hoping for some greedy build like a hatch first. You know, if they play a lot on ladder, and then Solar has a tendency to be like quite greedy and dies to this kind of build. It's very encouraging for him to go for this kind of stuff here in the game. So without all the information, it's always hard to tell. That's why we need interviews.
Interviews, yeah.
Interviews, like some sort of interaction with these guys, ask them questions.
I mean,
Smix, come help us.
Help. To be fair, with Solar though, you don't really need the help. Very, very fluent. Very fluent in English. I'll always remember that time where I think we were at IEM Korea and he showed us his pro gaming pass. Like his Kesper pro gaming pass. Do you remember?
I don't remember, no.
No? Oh, maybe it
I
was
remember
me and
when he
Sean.
translated at Home Story Cup for almost everybody, and then he lost the series, and then it came and translated for the guy that had just beat him. That was pretty heroic.
soO's a nice guy, a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Super friendly. We say that like because I suppose we get to interact with someone like soO a lot more because his English is so good.
Yeah.
Over say like a soO and Innovation who
Yeah.
we don't get to interact as much because we just don't speak English with them or anything. They could be very nice guys
I've
too.
barely spoken to soO ever.
Yeah. Do you try? Like
Yeah. I
with
don't
a lot
even I spoke. Like I think at BlizzCon I spoke to him very briefly.
yeah.
And Innovation is always the best challenge.
Do you try?
Yeah, sometimes. Just like something very simple if I ask him something.
Commendable. Nice. All right.
He has humor about it, I think. That's the main thing with Innovation.
I've never tried to speak to Innovation before. Let's get into game number 2. And up to the top left-hand corner in the red, it is soO. One game away from elimination. And down to the bottom right-hand corner in the blue, it's solar. First place. First place.
On the hunt.
On the hunt. Hashtag on the hunt.
On the hunt for a plane ticket to Katowice.
soO with the hashtag Silver Surfer.
Oh my god. That is terrible.
See that Photoshop? Please. Anyway. So, yeah, completely changing gears. But soO knows 100% that that's going to be the case on the other side without even seeing it. So he'll take the exact same path. Getting to the Katowice is a big deal for these guys. I think, if you think, like, obviously we're not Korean, but we can kind of tune into the Korean psyche, how things are for the Koreans. Outside of the Korean tournaments that they play, I think Katowice is probably the most prestigious for them. You think so?
Yeah. I mean, it's the World Championship. It's like big prize pool, a lot of audience watching there. So as much as like there might be some better destinations for like tourism or sunny weather, in terms of actual tournament, yeah, by far I would say it's like the most prestigious and important one.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
there is really not many more global tournaments.
I know you're right. They're always very excited to come along to Katowice. Very important tournament for a lot of these players. Big money, big prestige on the line. And as I say, basically a star's born at that point. You always remember that moment where somebody is either, if you're struggling to pick up the trophy, or Zest picking up the trophy with one finger.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're always like eager to come here, and like I said, like it's not necessarily for the tourism nor the food, because from what I've seen, they eat more instant noodles than they do in the rest of the year when they come here.
They do like bringing their own food. Okay.
I just want to imagine a world where like we do this too. It's like you have some sort of full packaged English breakfast.
We'd get lambasted.
Like I travel everywhere with a suitcase full of baguettes.
Honestly though, if you really think about it, when Koreans come here and they bring their own food, it's just kind of normal to us now. We just see it all the time. But if we went over to Korea and we brought along with us Walker's crisps and like digestive biscuits, they'd just be like, "What are you doing?" Like, we'd be absolutely shunned. And they're like, "You don't want to take in the like, rich Korean culture?" No, I'm here with my hobnobs. Thank you very much.
That's so sick. Oh my god.
It's a great comparison, though. Like, you don't want to come to Korean barbecue? Nah, I'm all right. Full English in this tin, mate. Full English.
I'll have my baguettes and my croissants. I'm good.
Even I don't do that, and I'm a picky eater. Unbelievable.
No, you're not. You're British. Yeah.
All right, an aggressive move here by soO on towards his third base. Doesn't really do too much. Gets himself a queen, maybe a few lings here and there. These Balins should be able to suffice for the defense. Would love another queen kill.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
Sick defense here by soO once again. A little bit ahead in Walker, but not the biggest of differences. Still getting a lot of links here, both players, and as well as one additional queen. Maybe we'll get a normal RVR game here with some roaches finally entering the field.
They could definitely stabilize to that. Both are on
Pig wants
3
his
bases.
money's worth.
That's right. Pig hasn't got enough just during this tournament. Actually, that's a good point. I wonder if Pig's sad that there isn't that many roaches currently in this tournament. He'll be watching. You know you're watching.
Well,
Pig.
to be fair, that solo game against Hero earlier with the Roach Ravager all in probably got him going.
That sated him. That sated the beast.
These memes never end.
No, they do not. They're good memes, though. All right. Ling attack on this side here by Solo. Oh, that Baneling connection, though. Kaboom.
My God, these things. They're possessed.
Yeah.
Killing drones left and right. Oh! Damn, these guys came out of nowhere.
Just so you know, you are watching the wrong screen.
Oh. Well, then he missed the Baneling detonation.
It's true, it did.
Damn, it's like in the middle. I feel like we have to watch this one.
Because we're always so used to having the preview in the middle. That's why it's
Why
a
is there a
different
second
setup
observer then? Make him stop watching.
Backup, there you go. There you go.
What?
It's backup. Oh, that's a good Baneling connection. Solar. Woo! Careful. It's fine. 10 more Lings on the way. Layers going down here for soO. They're constantly keeping up this pressure. But Solar does have the better economy.
Spire again, actually, for Solar.
Ooh.
He's only on 3 gases, so it's almost weird, but... no, actually, no, he's on 4, never mind. With the 5th one being taken. Okay, no, he was on 3, he's taking a 5th one now in the 4th.
Todd!
Yeah, I struggled looking at the minimap.
Okay. Still an aggressive move here by Solar. I think that... as much as... Oh, Spire again? Spire versus Spire.
Yeah.
You know, as much as Roaches get Pig going, Spire versus Spire for me in this matchup, it's silly, and I love it.
Why is it silly?
Well,
Carapace upgrades, killing some overloads in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Actually, when it gets the craziest is when they stick to Spire versus Spire, right? When
40 versus 40 neuters.
But I don't think it happens very often,
no,
though.
it doesn't, you're right. It's like a
That's
sprinkling.
where it's going to happen here.
Hopefully. It's like 10 muters-ish or so, and then they're like, nah, actually, no, we're not doing that anymore.
I would not dare,
Yeah.
They need to watch a couple of PvPs. Because nowadays, when you got Phoenix against Phoenix, it's like, who's going to be the most stubborn?
Yeah. Well, surely you get to the point where who can fit in the Templar archives and get some high Templars for a feedback.
Yeah, but that's it. Nobody can.
That's it. Nobody can. Jeez, they have to defend with the drones. Solar's really doing very well. 7 Mutalisks on the way as well. He's ahead in almost every aspect of this game, Todd, apart from 2 workers.
Yeah, but soO hasn't started his Muta production yet, so he's going to catch up, I think,
Yeah.
in a second.
Gets queens, though. Gets queen. Does he get the queen? Baneling gets them forward. Doesn't even get the queen. He does. Loses a lot of links for it, though.
That was you were talking very fast just now.
Gets queen.
Kayla Rap God.
Oh, yeah. Just saying gets the queen 3 times in a row. Gets another queen. This is going to be some extra pressure coming out from these Lings now. soO really holding back these Mutalisks almost, which is a nice start for him considering he had to catch up a little bit.
soO has a superior gas income. I think he went up to 6 gases a little bit quicker than Solar.
He also killed off some of the workers on Solar's gases, which...
And they get attack upgrades.
Ooh.
So I think neither thinks maybe that there is Muta against Muta. Because usually you'd see Carapace.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, that's so sick.
Base is on the way.
Or maybe it's like the new thing that you get into.
I mean, this makes the fight far more volatile.
No pun intended.
No. None. That was a very odd little interaction there, where they were both killing off overlords right next to one another.
soO's 4th base already has 2 of the gases going there, so he's going to want to completely outproduce Solar on the Muta count. But it's just going to win from there.
Now, you might think that, well, it's Muta versus Muta, so Lings aren't that important, but they still are. If a Muta versus Muta fight happens, Lings below it means that the glaives can bounce onto them, which soaks up some of the damage, so it can be very useful to have a good amount of Lings with your Mutas. That's why they're still making them, as well as for the counterattacks. Or run-bys.
Damn, Solar has so much more supply.
Yeah.
Supply.
It's like 30 extra. Yeah, that's ambitious though. He
What's
just took
the
a full
count?
shot.
What's the muta count
Whoa,
for both?
Solar, get out of there.
Oh
Huh?
my god. Solar has more mutas, but he's still running away.
Well,
I mean,
he
just
took
a few more.
He took 2 free volleys on move command, so he couldn't have stuck around. Plus the queens. Scary. 25 to 19. Soup, soup. He lost 22 workers, Todd. Is Solar
Oh my
just
god.
monster moding soO?
Yeah.
Monster moding.
This is so sick. Solar on the hunt. He wants to go to Katowice. Killing more and more drones here wherever he can. And soO's just gonna tap out.
Tap
Solar
down.
moves on to the qualifying match here where he will face SOS.
There you go. Unfortunately for soO, done and dusted with the hashtag.
3rd place.
It's getting worse. No. Hard times for soO, of course, there. But Solar completely justified
The
in
bronze
those
surfer.
Oh no, it's going downhill. And that means Solar versus SOS now. Best of 5. One of them will go to the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice.
Yeah. And like, yeah, with the way Solar has been playing in the last few games, I'm starting to feel, you know, the Solar hype here in there.
Yeah.
But SOS definitely not one of the guys you can ever underestimate.
That's right. So if you're rooting for Solar over there, you can do the Praise the Suns in chat. It's a Dark Souls meme. It's a good one. But of course, we can take a look at the bracket, see how things has gone so far here throughout all of this. And you can see that Classic, as the moment, has been able to claim himself that 1st place spot with that qualification. That knocks SOS down to the lower bracket. And now SOS goes up against Solar in a PvZ for eternity.
You can praise the sun all you want. It's not going to help you against the Dark Lord or Protoss
Ah!
SOS.
He's going to get him. He's going to blot out the sun himself. All right, we're going to go to a short break. When we return, our final best of 5 of the day here for the Intel Extreme Masters qualifiers.